Kumbaya, I don't think so. So much for the post-midterm olive branches across the aisle. Republicans and Democrats too busy sticking them in each other's eyes. Front and center today, how the president's plan to reportedly freeze deportations for 5 million illegals just through Washington. And while we're at it, America for a loop. Welcome, everybody. I'm Neil Cavuto, and Fox on top of a president clearly doubling down with a series of executive orders reportedly set for next week, freezing not only those deportations, but if John Boehner is right, freezing any hope for cooperation as well.
We're going to fight the president tooth and nail if he continues down this path.
You said before the government shutdown should be off the table. The government shutdown is not good for the party or the country.
Our goal here is to stop the president from violating his own oath of office and violating the Constitution. It's not to shut down the government.
But maybe that is what the president is teeing up, goading Republicans into shutting the government down. We'll see. Ben Stein and Charles Payne, Dagan McDowell, along with Adam Leszczynski and Charlie Gasparino. What do you think of that, Charles Payne? Obviously, the president going full throttle with this, so there must be an end game.
From day one, the president's ideology was never going to beat what the Republicans have pushed for from a substance point of view. But he's beaten them on the emotional game time after time. He's beaten them on a PR game, which, by the way, isn't hard when you've got the media, blocking and tackling for you. So, of course, right now, could you distract the world with shutting down the government? And within the Republican Party, who's in charge? The old school, big government, GOP, libertarians, Tea Party. That's all he's going after right now. If he can find a way to crack that, because he's lost big time. And the worst thing they probably could do is shut down the government. But they should take him up on the idea, okay, we should go the other step. How about going towards this impeachment route then? If you want to play hardball, we won't close the government because we lost that PR battle last time. Let's try something different.
All right, Ben Stein, you were chuckling before. What do you make of that?
Well, first of all, I love that phrase with the media blocking and tackling for you. The basic problem here is what Mr. Boehner said. Mr. Obama, despite apparently claiming to be a law professor at Harvard, doesn't know the Constitution. It's not up to him to make the laws. It's up to him to execute the laws. Congress makes the laws. Now, we weren't going to deport those 5 million people anyway, but it is not up to the president to both make and execute the laws. We have a Constitution. He is clearly planning to violate it. I think lawsuits to the Supreme Court immediately are the ticket.
All right. Well, the president and his people say he's within his rights with these series of executive orders. I don't know who's right on this take, and I do know that it's poisoned the well right away. Just talk of it.
Yeah, I said that last week. You asked me that very question. This is going to be
Did you just say what I said exactly?
Yes, exactly.
Oh, so
well, not exactly.
This is really nothing new.
We're agreeing.
Okay, understood.
I think Neil said it better, right, Dagan?
But that's okay. Dagan, this will be a fine final show for you. All right.
I haven't answered you. I haven't said anything.
Go ahead.
Other than nodding and agreeing. 2 years is going to be the president and the White House trying to make Republicans look as awful as they possibly can. It is nothing but about, to use his word, optics. There's always a why now. Why are you doing it now? He is saying, I dare you to do anything because I will make you look worse than I look. I'm out of here in 2 years.
He's playing with fire now. I mean, I will say this. The Republican Party is different. It's smarter. There are adults in charge. The government is not going to be shut down. I don't believe they're going to impeach him. I think they might do what Ben said, which is file a lawsuit, which is the right thing. And I think he may impose permanent damage to the Democratic brand by doing this. Because, listen, there was one message that came out of that election. That was an economic message. People in the middle are not making enough money. Their wages are shrinking. And they're not working, at least not according to what the unemployment numbers say they are. They don't believe the Obama administration is competent enough to handle everything from Ebola to ISIS. And this guy is going around talking about immigration right now. So I'm telling you, he's playing with fire. And I'll tell you, there's one person who's even more uncomfortable than Republicans are with this fight, and it's Hillary Clinton, because if he doesn't change, she's not going to get elected in 2016.
Adam?
So most of us, not all of us, most of us would rather that both sides were a little bit nicer to each other and tried to get things done for the good of the country. But this is a wholly appropriate example of politics being played. This is fine. You say Charlie, that the Republicans learned their lesson. It's not at all clear they learned their lesson.
Adam, from a political standpoint,
let me finish. Let me make my point too. Number one,
Ted Cruz is not going to be calling the shots on this one. Someone a lot more.
All right, Adam, make that point. I'm sorry.
They need their votes. They need their votes to not shut the government down. Number two, the immigration issue is a very effective political point for the president and for Hillary Clinton, and the Republicans know this.
Why did a Republican win in Colorado and split the Hispanic vote?
And why did the president punt this initiative until after the election? Because the Democrats who were running and up for election or re-election didn't want him to touch it. So he waited.
True.
Yeah, which is what I said last week.
But there was one message that came out of the midterm.
Charles Payne, but what do you make of that? I mean, what I'm wondering is obviously they're not starting off on a great foot here, and that would mean, I guess, from anything from Keystone to everything else, they're just not going to see eye to eye on any of it.
It will be interesting to see if the president vetoes a democratically approved Keystone pipeline out of the Senate later on. But listen, I think what Charlie said was probably the most spot on in the sense that this was an economic election. Right now, Democrats are sending out fundraising emails and tweets talking about climate change, talking about the president keeping the internet free, immigration. These are all things that are designed at the political kind of shenanery that has kept us as a country going nowhere for the last 6 years.
And you know what that means? You know what that means? The Looney Tunes are running the Democratic Party. For as much as Adam would love to say how the crazy Tea Partiers control the Republican Party, Ted Cruz, the lefty Looney Tunes are now running the Democratic Party. In an election where working class people, your base, are not working enough, not making enough money, you are talking about climate control, you're talking about immigration, you are attacking your base. Therefore, there's one person who is really freaking out right now, and her name is Hillary Clinton.
But there's one person who's not. Her name is Elizabeth Warren.
Right. Well, she might not be ready
in
for
less than
president,
2 years, when we have a general election campaign, the economy will be even stronger than it is now. We all know that it's already strengthening. It will be a benefit for the Democrats, and I think immigration will be a wedge issue.
Right,
that
well,
will work.
let's look at the immigration thing.
So then, with you that this is politics.
Fine. On the immigration thing, I'm wondering though where the political advantage would be there, Ben, because I understand that this is obviously a very naked appeal for Hispanic votes. I'm wondering if it really translates into getting Hispanic votes. I suspect maybe not nearly as much as Democrats think.
It has not come up yet in this conversation that the president's party, the Democrat Party, did not do anywhere near as well with the Hispanics in some states as people were expecting them to do. I am questioning.
Well, I brought it up last week, but you might have missed it.
I question whether the Hispanic vote is really that easily for sale. So I think it may be that Mr. Obama is simply making a big mistake here. I mean, he's been known to make colossal mistakes, and this is, I think, another one.
But I think this illustrates, guys, and Dagan, I'll take this up with you. If you can't beat them, try to divide them. Really, that's what this is all about.
This is the president's way of plucking the Republicans on the back of the ear, going,
I thought you were going to do a finger thing.
No.
Why can't he
like this?
Do
it's
it to
like
Charlie.
He's goading them. He's like, what are you going to do? He knows that this is a hot button issue for them. He's like, Mitch McConnell came out and said, we're not going to shut down the government.
We're not going to shut the government. They're not going to do it.
We're not going to fight over the debt ceiling.
Why couldn't he could easily beat the Republicans by compromising? I mean, let's face it. Obamacare is not going anywhere. Dodd-Frank is what it is. I don't understand why he doesn't make some concessions that would help the economy grow beyond the crummy growth rate it is right now, which is not going to do Hillary Clinton very good.
You know what I think is going on?
If he did that, he would probably elect Hillary Clinton.
But let me end this segment on this. And Adam, it's just a theory I have. I'm the only one who has it. But I've heard enough from White House people who talk to me, like the White House gardener and the chef, the ones with whom I have great contact, who assure me that the reason why the president isn't giving an inch to Republicans is because he really feels, the administration really feels, Republicans have never so much as offered a fraction of an inch to him, to them. So this is just a classic case of childish tit for tat. What do you think?
Well, I agree with you 80%. The one area where I disagree, Neil, well, the one thing we haven't said in this conversation, big business and business in general wants immigration reform too.
I said
the
that
president
2
thinks
weeks
he's on
ago.
solid footing here.
Yeah, why do they want immigration? You know what? They want lower because they want lower wages. That's why.